So, what does a raunchy sex scene have to do with a case study on our approach to automotive communication? Well, you've just seen a sneak preview of the interactive short film we created to lead the global launch of the new Peugeot 208, which goes live internationally in February. It's a sexy car, but more of that later. When it comes to marketing, we've all heard the statement sex sells. But we also know that that's not always the case. Today, we're talking to you about cars. They all have four wheels and are made of metal, but they're also designed for very different markets with different needs. The cookie-cutter approach to achieving objectives is not the Euro way. At a time when there are more players, more products, and less reach than ever, our focus as an agency is on creating iconic work. Get our clients to the future first, that can transform businesses, create entirely new categories, and profoundly influence the way people think and behave. We call them creative business ideas. They have the power to potentially influence the business strategy. They create profitable growth for our clients' brands. Creative business ideas are generated by looking at these three things: the prosumer, the brand, and finally, the category. Prosumers are forward-thinking individuals whose attitudes and behaviors indicate where the rest of the market will be within the next 6 to 18 months. Through the prosumer reports, we spend a great deal of time and money tracking rock stars across the globe, much like groupies. Brand momentum is the tool we use to track and predict the expected performance of a brand, based on market sentiment, thereby assisting us to ensure our clients' brands are correctly positioned for the future. Category. Based on semiotics developed by the CIA, yeah, those guys that know everything about anything, Decipher, another Euro tool, helps us examine communications cues. Remember, a creative business idea is not a strategy. It's a big idea. Right, back to sex. I mean cars. Not all of them are sexy, as was the case with one of our other brands, Volvo, which looks like this. At least they did in the 70s. Safety, they argued, was more important than style, and you can tell they meant it. Unfortunately, in South Africa, their conservative reputation has lingered way past the 70s. It was time to take Volvo from this to this. It became our challenge. Our objectives were simple: to get the target market to reconsider the Volvo brand, create greater interaction between the target market and the brand, engage the dealer network, and create talkability. So we turn to our creative business idea methodology. We start with prosumer, strive for individualism while ensuring social acceptability. Category, lack of differentiation in communications in the M automotive segment. Brand, safety no longer a USP. Brand lacking engagement and relevance with the target market. This brought us to the creative business idea of Dare to be Different, which challenged Volvo Cars South Africa to approach their marketing differently. This didn't only extend to their communications, but also to the way they do business, positioning the brand to be more exciting and relevant. The first campaign developed to kick Volvo off on this perception-changing journey was the launch of the all-new Volvo S60, a Volvo like no other. The objectives: selling 51 cars in the first month of the launch. Highlight Volvo's mischievous side by adopting a daring, naughty Volvo positioning. The creative idea. Get onto Santa's naughty list and you could win the all-new naughty Volvo S60. The creative solution was a countrywide tour created by Euro RSCG in collaboration with Havas SE and Mindshare Media, known as the Naughty Volvo Convoy. Euro ensured linked-up thinking to deliver a seamless campaign. Billed as the naughtiest road trip in history, mass interest was piqued when a convoy of 7 Volvo S60s, 2 luxury buses and a crew of 30 drove across South Africa spreading naughtiness, all the while connecting regional dealer networks to thousands of public participants. Consumers tried to get their names on the naughty list by test driving the S60. or tweeting, SMSing, or posting outrageous dares for the Volvo team to perform en route. The best dares were filmed and uploaded onto social media sites. The convoy was supported by a national TV and radio campaign, promotional material at the dealerships, and loads of PR. Thanks to Havas SE and Euro RSCG, activations were done near the dealerships, allowing them to capitalize on these audiences. Our dealer toolkits included emailers, on-floor decals, and banners to assist dealers in running their own events, all downloadable and customizable. Our agency was structured to successfully meet delivery deadlines that are required on retail work. The results speak for themselves. 2,105 test drive requests were submitted to the dealers directly from the promotion within 3 weeks. A 305% increase on Volvo's previous record, with an additional 16% improvement on the industry conversion rate of test drive to sale. Twitter followers increased by 240% and YouTube views by 2,500%. But wait, it gets better. Visits to the Volvo blog also went up by 72%, with new visitors constituting 87% of the traffic. Facebook likes went up by 320%, with 1,409 Facebook comments in just 20 days. It exceeded our target by 400% and generated a massive 170% return on investment for the campaign. Pretty impressive, eh? But the number we're most proud of? 255. The number of Volvos we sold. Remember, our target was only 51. I'm just saying. This success was just the first step in a long journey. Volvo's next campaign needed to work as hard to get South Africans to reassess and increase their interaction with the brand. As no new models were being launched, we focused on 3 of the key models within their range: the Volvo S60, Volvo C30, and the Volvo XC60. Our process. Working on the creative business idea of Dare to be Different, we realized that cars within the category are becoming more and more customizable to their individual drivers' needs. The prosumers in the category provided a critical insight: the importance of collective individualism, especially within groups like the Black Diamonds, which brought us to our creative idea, showing you what's possible with a Volvo. To bring the idea to life, we turned to the world of high fashion, choosing 3 of South Africa's top designers and giving them each a Volvo to serve as their inspiration. We then challenged them to design accessories for and customize the interior and exterior of their respective cars. Euro RSCG and Havas SE again joined forces, using print, TV and PR to drive the market to social media and digital platforms where they could engage with the brand, the designers and the campaign, as well as learn more about the car that inspired them. One lucky fashionista could also win a new Volvo S60 by answering questions about Volvo. The campaign culminated in an exclusive fashion show, where the designers revealed their creations to a star-studded audience. By the end of the campaign, the microsite had received 21,942 total visits and 85,008 page views by 13,842 unique visitors. Whew! Once again, Volvo's Twitter following increased by 262%, while the campaign resulted in 115,053 news impressions with 631 comments and likes by 18,767 active users. This is what Michelle Nordier, Marketing Director Volvo Cars South Africa, had to say, and I quote: "It was spot on at creating awareness of Volvo, at generating an emotional connection with Volvo and changing perceptions. We're making sure the brand is shown as the cool and stylish brand, the human-centric brand it is. We're daring to be different, and Euro RSCG is pushing the envelope." The campaign even caught global attention. It really says designed around you in the most human way possible. I'm really proud of the South African organization for doing this. Richard Monturo, Global Marketing Vice President, Volvo. And speaking of global attention, let's get back to that sex scene we started with. When BETC Euro RSCG, our Paris office and the second most creative agency in the world according to the Gun Report, asked us to help them solve an altogether different problem, we created a piece of work that was a first for Peugeot. Sometimes a traditional brief requires an untraditional solution. Launch of the Peugeot 208. With a history of more than 125 years, Peugeot enjoys a loyalty amongst its owners. But, due to a lack of innovation in this segment, there's been no reason for the younger consumer to enter the Peugeot family. The objectives: break through the information barrage of the younger market to create talkability around the launch and get the car to be top of mind to a target market that consume media very differently to their parents. So, back to our creative business idea, prosumer. Move back towards living in the physical world but still always in touch with the virtual world. Category: brand engagement via digital channels on the rise for the B2 automotive segment. Brand: all new technology designed for the car to appeal to all of the driver's senses, which brought us to body over mind, based on the insight that the target market is largely turning their back to the digital world and re-engaging with the real world. The idea of letting your instincts take control and enjoying the world with your senses. This in turn brought us to the creative idea, let your body drive. We would like to take the road less traveled by Peugeot and create a 7-minute interactive film that is so outside Peugeot's comfort zone that it would necessitate another look from all those who come into contact with it. This format could showcase attributes of the car, and in doing so start a dialogue with consumers who otherwise wouldn't even consider the brand. Let Your Body Drive becomes the anthem of the young adult who's claimed their life as their own, with no nod to parents. So there's nothing cookie cutter about our approach. In driving sales and repositioning these brands, the usual above-the-line media was all present, but it was also used to drive big ideas. A convoy, a fashion show, and an interactive film, all putting the consumer in the driver's seat. So, whether we're taking a fuddy-duddy conservative brand and making it more sexy and relevant to a South African audience, or connecting an already sexy brand with a new market in a different space, we do it the best way, the Euro way.